in between. We all have a role to play in supporting student learning in the classroom and beyond. Help us make this the best school year yet.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Into the building for the first time after the shooting. It was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights on this Tuesday. We got Sam Hoiberg back in studio today with Jeff Grace III. Sam, how's it doing, man? It's been a while.
It's going great. I feel good to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you guys want to join the show, you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, as well as Allo, channel 951, the Ticket's new partner. If you want to put a face to the voice, it's definitely a great way to do that through our streams. We actually got the Royals through the FM airwaves right now. So again, if you guys want to watch the show, you're going to have on all the streaming networks. And again, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. That's a great way to join the show. But we got plenty to talk about. We got NBA playoffs going on. I'm kind of curious to what you guys are seeing in the NBA playoffs because me personally, I think with Giannis going down, I'm sure he'll be back, but still, it's early in the playoffs to get hurt already. And then the Lakers kind of look like they got something going for a while there. I really thought Rob Pelinka was on the hot seat, but he managed to turn that around.
Yeah, he saved himself big time.
And then with Austin Reeves, not even drafted, just pick him up as free agent. And I thought for sure the Lakers were out of it, but I mean, watching the last game with the Lakers, playing the Timberwolves, did you guys kind of expect that? It was back and forth, but it felt like the Lakers, pretty much had him size the entire time.
Yeah, I feel like with Anthony Davis being healthy now, it helps a lot.
Or excuse me, I said Timberwolves, but Grizzlies. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, with the Lakers, with Anthony Davis being healthy, I think it just helps a lot with the offense and having not just LeBron be the main scorer.
Mm-hmm.
He's scores around him now. So I think Rob Pelinka did a great job of finding those key pieces that they needed. Not saying that Westbrook wasn't a bad piece. It just wasn't the right fit at the right time. And I feel like the players he brought in are a solid fit all around, defensively and everything.
Yeah, you got to bring in guys that are going to be able to play well with Braun. I just feel like Russ was not that guy.
No.
You need floor spacers. You need him now, he's obviously not the same he was, but he can still create really well and still get to the rim. If you got guys that are just clogging up the lane like that and he can't kick out for a shot, it just kind of kills that whole thing. And having Rui knock down shots and Austin Reeves plus Vanderbilt, those guys, they can all shoot it a little bit. So
yeah, I saw it with Reeves because he was kind of coming in hot, but if they get that same Rui Hachimura night in, night out, if the second half, everyone's kind of talking about Reeves, but Rui, I think he had 16, 19 points, and it felt like in the second half alone.
Yeah, he had 29 total.
Yeah, 29 total. I don't think they're going to get that again. But again, for me, that watching that game, even though it's kind of close, I never thought the Lakers were going to lose.
Yeah, they felt like they were in control.
Yeah, and I think when the Grizzlies want to go small, they don't really have enough.
Especially with Jaw hurt now. That's
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one with his hand.
Do we know what the timetable is on that?
He's
nothing's broken.
So nothing's fractured or broken, but he's a in-game decision
day to day.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
So he may put in it, but probably the possibility of that isn't really that far off.
Is that game tonight?
So yeah,
those guys are tonight. Let me pull up the games real quick here. So right now, obviously, we got Celtics playing Hawks. That's probably one of the series I'm not super intrigued by. I don't really see what the Hawks can do with that one. Tonight we got Hawks Celtics playing right now. Then we'll have Knicks Cavaliers in about 30 minutes, and then Clippers Suns again at 9. And then Lakers and Grizzlies actually play tomorrow.
Okay,
so Lakers got a 1-game lead on that. Boston's got a lead on this one. Knicks somehow surprisingly beat the Cavs, so they'll have a lead on the tip-off at 6:30. And then the Suns. That's another team. Kind of surprised by it. I try not to freak out too much about game ones because it happens a lot. But you look at the Warriors and the Warriors and the Kings. Kings got 2 on that one already.
Kings are fun.
Most explosive offense, right? I think they're leading the offense going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they play so fast. I haven't watched them very much until the playoffs. I was watching them yesterday. I was like, wow, I love what they do.
It's a fun team to watch. Yeah. And I was kind of out on De'Aaron Fox for a while now too, and I'm definitely now I'm way back in.
Gotta be back in.
I think with Coach Mike Brown, he's honestly done a great job.
Yeah,
and I think he definitely deserves to be Coach of the Year, in my opinion. But I think just him being in the Warriors organization helped him a lot grow as a coach to where he is now. Obviously he can run it by himself, but his just mindset overall is just doesn't matter who like comes in, but like we stick together as a brotherhood and like everyone protect your brothers and like play hard and have fun out there and just be yourselves. Like Davion Mitchell, great defender, hit a big shot yesterday to win the game. So I mean, like just like someone making like a key play each and every night goes a long way.
Yeah, especially with the Kings too, because that's kind of been a franchise that's just been cursed. I remember, do you guys remember the Tyrese Halliburton trade and everything that came out after that? He was like, just damn, man, I actually wanted to be here, and you guys still got rid of me.
Yeah.
So I think what you said, that ownership, that loyalty, is actually helping them a lot. And then Sabonis being in the mix, that's just, I think it's huge. Sabonis isn't the flashiest guy.
He's very underrated.
Yeah, but what he does, he can pretty much do everything for you.
I agree. Definitely spaced the floor as well.
Mhm.
What do you think about the Draymond incident with Sabonis?
With Draymond, I'm kind of, dude, Draymond, like, I'm getting tired of his act right there. I mean, to me, I kind of thought it's pretty childish. I mean, if you're Draymond Green, you know, I feel like with the pedigree you have, I feel like you're just kind of stooping to another level, and now you're down 2-0. So it really doesn't look good. Maybe if you were doing well, but he hasn't been good either. You know, it's just been rough for him. The Warriors defense, I think, has been the most surprising, because that's one thing kind of tip your cap to. And this is a year where it's like, you thought if there's a team that's going to be able to stop the Suns, it'd be the Warriors, because they've always had just amazing help defense. When you're playing a team like, you know, the Kings are just going to cut to the rim. If you're good on rotating, you should be fine. But I mean, man, they scored, I think they scored 120 last game too. Is that 2 games in a row now?
I believe so.
That is
114, so a little short.
Yeah, that's below their average though. They average like 124 or something this year. Something crazy.
It's absolutely insane. Do you guys got any favorites? I mean, I feel like the East is easier than the West. Like as of right now.
Favorite to win or favorite?
Let's just say we'll go each conference: Western Conference Finals and then Eastern Conference Finals.
I think the Bucks out of the East. The West is so hard for me right
I
now.
know.
I want the Kings to win just because I think they're really fun to watch, and that fan base, like the crowd, was just absurd.
That was a 16-year drought without even winning a playoff game.
Yeah, and for winning it, I got to go with. I'm going to take the Lakers.
That's a good.
I don't really think.
I can't even laugh at that anymore.
But like they look like a pretty good team right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if AD just stays healthy too, he scares me. Did you guys catch him before saying he can't feel his arm, and then he goes into the locker room?
It's a stinger.
Yeah, it's just a stinger. AD. AD always drives me insane. He's such an amazing player, but every time he goes down, I'm like, are you gonna be out for the rest of the game, a week? Like is he just that injury prone? Is that, you think that's like him just not training well, or just incredibly injury prone?
Really low pain tolerance is what I think that is. If it hurts a little bit, it's like magnified.
Yeah. Okay, that's where I'm at.
It definitely is probably hard being at that size as well.
For sure.
Like, just
There's so many other guys.
But
to get a stinger and say you can't feel your arm, it's like
that was like kind of questionable.
They can't move my arm.
Yeah, as he's shaking his arm around. Yeah, I don't know about I like I said, AD is a great player, but he's getting up there, and players that just frustrate me watching him, especially because how dominant he is. Watching guys like that are just killers, and then I'm watching him play soft. I almost kind of like watch AD the same way I watch DeAndre Ayton. Like I watch DeAndre Ayton, I'm like, are you at some point gonna care that you're not performing better?
Right.
He's getting bodied up by Zubac against the Clippers. I'm like, I know he's a big guy and it's not easy to move him around, but for how freaky athletic he is, like he just underperforms, I feel like.
Yeah, he's soft.
I agree. He sets up for a lot of quick shots.
Yeah.
Like, not like just like going at the rim, but like just like if like he gets the ball like outside the paint, he'll like try to like shoot it real fast and like won't like attack like the defender and like use his body to at least like get a foul or like make the and one or whatever. But yeah, he definitely needs to develop his game in that way, because I feel like if he does that, then that will help that team overall just in general a lot.
And he has the frame too. Like he's had the frame since college to be able to do that.
And the freak athletics.
Yeah.
Like you don't see too many guys his size flying through the air. He does.
He's just, I don't know.
He shows glimpses of it.
He does.
Time to time,
maybe he didn't really need to use it that much like early in his life because he's so athletic and just hasn't been used to playing like that, but he's gonna have to if he wants to be an all-star level player.
Yeah, because I think 2 years ago I thought at this point he'd be insane, and then last year was kind of disappointing, and this year's been really disappointing because he's just kind of stayed the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, are you ever gonna just kind of? Is he ever gonna realize like he can play way better? And especially with the Suns, it was kind of weird watching KD be the new guy on the team because it was down the stretch and, they kept setting up pick and rolls with Chris Paul and Ayton, which, like you said, it works. But I think 16 shots for Ayton's probably too much when you have that roster. And Chris Paul's just not hitting them consistently enough.
That's true.
Then you have KD just kind of hanging out on the wing.
That's very true. Chris Paul is off that game.
It was pretty bad. I think
a lot of mid-range shots he missed.
Yeah, I think he only took 8, but he missed them a ton just down a stretch because you watch that game, especially the way they're playing it. They were just sinking. The center was just sinking so far and just kind of daring them. And Chris Paul couldn't make anything. And it's one of those games I just couldn't figure out why they weren't just trying KD and Devin Booker more on pick and rolls, especially with Chris Paul being off the way he was. How do you guys see that series going? Are you going to panic for the Suns yet, or do you think it's fine?
I feel like you're going to go 7. It depends, honestly. Let me say it depends. I feel like if they potentially get Paul George back, that could like really detriment this series. I feel like it helped the Clippers a lot more because not disrespecting any like the Clippers players that they have right now, but I feel like just in general with like Westbrook and Kawhi already like getting in a groove, and then having that another defender who could like guard KD or like Devin Booker, that would help tremendously, and like his offense performance, like that would go very well with them. So I mean, it all depends, but my opinion, I feel like it's going to go to 7.
Yeah, I can see it going to 7. I'm curious with Russell Westbrook. He's just a statistical anomaly. If you look at the box score, you'd say what a garbage game, but he was actually really very effective.
Yeah.
And just bothering everyone on the court.
I don't know why he shoots so much still. Just give it to Kawhi. But
it's an interesting series, right? Because there's probably 4 players
19 shots
that look at themselves as best player. I'd imagine you have Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, maybe even Devin Booker. And Russell Westbrook's thinking he's the best player in the game. So you got 4 guys that think they're the man, all kind of trying to figure it out. When Paul George comes back, I do wonder, how's Russell going to handle that role? He might play worse. He's like an interesting guy. It's like almost if you get too much talent around him, it starts falling apart.
It's true.
I feel like that game, I mean, hopefully, I don't really know with Russ, but that could at least show him like he can just play that role and doesn't have to score for them to win. Like, he can just lock up, get rebounds, get assists. But you never know with Russ. Like, he probably just thought it was an off night for him. But I mean, obviously,
just an off night.
Obviously, he played really well, and if he takes like 8 shots and does that, no one's going to be trash talking anything about his game. Yeah,
because for being a point guard out there, he's really the only guy who's getting offensive rebounds for him. I didn't see, except for Zubac, which I hope your 5's pulling in a few offensive boards. But it's just his energy. As much as like I disagree with the shot selection, like you don't really have to worry about him not showing up.
Sure.
I think I even surprised because they threw Russ on KD right off the bat, which I thought was interesting. And KD actually he struggled to meet that that pace like right off the tip. Like he was kind of getting locked up. And then we saw Kawhi Leonard and KD match up, and that was, I think it's something we've wanted forever. We really never got it. But there's quite a few times when Kawhi was just face guarding KD, and they wanted to get it to him so bad, and they just couldn't do it. So it might go to 7.
And their bench players for the Clippers, like Eric Gordon and Terrence Mann, stepped up big time.
Man is really good. He's always kind of guy that I forget during the regular season, and then as the playoffs come, he always shows up pretty big. So it wasn't that last year too. He had a huge playoff run.
Yeah, like 39 games. I think he's a good player.
So I think that one probably. I still go with the Suns though. I think you got Chris Paul, Devin Booker, KD.
Yeah, I think
you got to go with the Suns.
Right, because I think KD is going to just get more.
It all depends on if my position. I feel like if Paul George comes back, then that would be like kind of a tough series for the Suns.
What's his timetable?
He's like, I don't know, kind of like day to day, I guess, but like not really. He's like trying to
be later in the series.
So he's been shooting around before like the warm ups and everything. So like trying to test it, I guess, but not for sure date.
Hopefully they don't get way off P and they just get good old Paul George.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he rebounded a little bit last year, but I think it was that bubble year. He was really poor in the playoffs.
Can never forget that
playoff
bubble
year.
That was so funny. Off the side of the backboard. That was a pretty tough look for him. But no, I think that one probably goes pretty deep. Warriors and Kings, just because that one's interesting already, because Kings are up 2 games. I mean, do the Warriors have enough to kind of crawl back? They are back home now, at least.
They definitely do have enough, but the Kings are just playing really well right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the home court advantage is huge for them too.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough going back into the Warriors Stadium, trying to get to a 3-0 series,
Yeah.
especially facing the defending champions. So I don't know. That honestly can go either way, but I feel like the Warriors at home are like just a different breed. Like they just feed off the crowd's energy and like they just play so much better.
Yeah.
And I feel like Gary Payton, like,
I mean, look at their record.
Yeah, let me look at their home record real quick while you talk about that.
and like I feel like them getting Gary Payton helped a lot with like the defense because he like is a really great defender and like they don't have many like good defenders. They have like people who can like help off of him, like with Andrew Wiggins and stuff. But I feel like that whole team like just plays so much better at home.
Yeah, and you're right on that. So the Warriors at home 33-8, on the road 11-30. So pretty much all their games, all their losses are all on the road. I didn't realize it was that bad. No one is really even close. All the other teams kind of around them are in that 500 range on the road if they're that good in the playoffs. So that's pretty awful. I didn't realize it was that bad. 30-3 and 8 on the road. So they might be okay. But the fact that, they're the lower seed.
Yeah, they got more away games.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to figure out a way. The Kings really might come out of that one on top. That's pretty alarming.
That'd be interesting. That'd change up a good amount, I would say.
The West would shake up pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it's just hard to guess. I think the Nuggets actually played pretty well. Wasn't surprised by them. Now you're looking at the Kings.
The Nuggets.
You're looking at the Lakers. I would have laughed, I think, if someone would have told me in the winter that the Lakers were going to be in the mix for a title run.
Yeah.
Definitely. Very long season. Definitely. Helped them a lot.
Yeah, they saved the roster big time. I'm surprised they got that much with what they have. Do you guys see Austin Reeves coming this way, though? Like, were you guys pretty aware early? Or did that, like, it kept going, like, this hot streak he's been on?
I saw a glimpse of it in college, I would say. Like,
in Oklahoma?
Yeah, watching him in the March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I could kind of tell, like, it was there. He just needed, like, definitely, like, Braun helped him a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, just, like, the team of veterans they have with, like, D'Angelo Russell as well.
I like D'Angelo Russell.
Kind of like guiding them away.
He didn't play that well game one, did he?
Nah, he was okay.
He was okay?
Yeah, he didn't play great. I wouldn't say.
I couldn't watch that full. I watched the end and the start of that game, but I didn't watch the middle part. But I know he was off at the beginning.
Yeah, towards the end, they didn't really need him, to be honest.
No,
like, it was just
not at all. I saw Reeves go off.
Uh-huh. He's so good at getting to the foul line.
Yeah.
That's what saves him. I know a lot of people freak out because if you look at the free throw percentage, Lakers are number 1 in the league by a very wide margin. But you kind of look at their roster and it makes sense.
Yeah,
they play pretty big. And then you have a guy like Austin Reeves who's really good at drawing fouls. And if you actually watch the tape, like, they're not BS calls. He's just really good at getting people up in the air because that's honestly a lot of his offense. Just get to the free throw line. And then when he's hot, he'll start making threes. Yeah. But just good playmaker too.
Yeah, very good playmaker. I saw that in college. I did not see him being this good in the league, but I thought he would be a good player just from his early NBA career, but nothing like this.
Yeah.
And did you guys see the pass, the behind the back pass to hit Rui like right in the hands?
Oh, dude, it was money.
Perfect pass.
Like that
when he was cutting baseline.
In the fourth quarter of a playoff game, like he is not afraid of anything. So
no,
that's gonna help them too.
I think that time when LeBron got hurt actually helped him a lot too, because he was leaned on a lot to carry that offense and not necessarily score all the points, but get people in the right positions. And yeah, I think working with LeBron probably just accelerated his growth. But with that being said, we do got to throw it to break here. This is the Sam Hoiberg Show. I'm Harrison Arns. And of course, we got Sam Hoiberg and as well as guest Jeff Grayson here as well. We'll throw it to break here, but we're going all the way up until 7 o'clock. And again, you guys can chime in on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. We'll be back right after this break.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
March is a month of good luck, from epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tag-on, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
March is full of high school state basketball action, the NCAA tournament, baseball season starting up, all great things that also cause a lot of stress. Instead of letting your nerves get the best of you and cause uncomfortable tightness, get ahead of all of it with a massage from The Body Shop. The Body Shop in Lincoln is your place for all types of massages: deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Book your appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A. Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $10 off any athletic shoes $105 and under, and get $15 off any shoe over $105. Choose from respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, On, and 361 Running. And don't forget the trendy Hey Dudes. A new shipment just arrived for the season. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. This is the Sam Hoiberg Show. I'm Harrison Arms, pushing the ones and twos. We got host Sam Hoiberg as usual and guest Jeff Grace III as well. If you guys want to join the show, we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You can chime in on the Starter Hammond text line as well at 402-464-5685. And we're pretty much just kind of keeping it NBA playoffs here, as it's definitely one of the weird years in the NBA playoffs. The favorites are hard to pick out. You know, we kind of talked a little bit about the Hawks. Kind of curious about that. You know, is Trae Young going to leave at the end of the season? Because the way it's looking right now, I mean, do you guys, first of all, we should probably clear this up. Do they think they have a shot versus the Celtics?
No chance. They're just at 10, and now they're down 6.
Yeah.
They might win 1 or 2 games, but like besides that, probably not.
I think 2's even might be a reach.
Yeah,
The defense is
I
rough.
don't think they win more than 1.
They're
Might
not
need to be a
very
clean
depth.
sweep.
They don't have a good amount of depth that like the Celtics have.
Yeah, that's one thing. Celtics are just very deep.
Yeah.
And then you got two, having Brown and Tatum, 2 guys that can just go for 40 and have 80 points of your offense in one night. Not to mention, I don't know, they just got a good mix of like young and old dudes.
I agree.
Like Al Horford, I'm definitely growing to love that guy.
Just a great veteran.
Yeah. And he's got a lot, like all his moves kind of still work for his age.
Yeah.
Because he never had like the athletic package. He just kind of almost reminds me of the way Tim Duncan played. Obviously not nearly at his level, but nothing flashy, just in the right spot. If he's has the opportunity for the dunk, he's probably just gonna lay it in, save his knees. Like he's just not a flashy player, but definitely a great one. So assuming that the Hawks lose, which it's kind of looking like it is already, they got beat up pretty bad in the first game. Yeah, 99-112. This one isn't looking great either. Is Trae Young gonna leave? And if he does leave, where would he go?
I don't know, because like I've seen a lot where like him and like the coaching staff have been like arguing during like the games and like getting into like arguments, like big arguments where like you can tell like it's not very like he's not very happy there. So you would think like this may be the year where like if they don't like go as far as they probably expected, this could potentially be like his last time in like Atlanta, and where he would go. I don't know.
Did he grow up in Oklahoma?
I don't know if he grew up there. The way the fan base loved him, he might have, because I feel like
because he played.
Let me look that up.
There in college.
Yeah,
Obviously.
he might be from Oklahoma. Even
I don't think Oklahoma City takes him though. Anyways, but it definitely could acquire him somehow.
he's from Texas, actually.
Texas.
Yep. So yeah, he's from Texas. I don't know. A team he could go to is possibly the Bulls. I was thinking
Bulls
because there looks like Lonzo Ball. That's going to be a weird process. You can't really bank on him coming back anymore. Even if he does,
Very true.
Not going to be the same.
Be funny if he went to the Knicks.
That could work.
Trae Young to the Knicks
with Brunson,
with that rivalry that he has with the fan base.
That'd be crazy.
I feel like the Knicks fans would turn around real quick and embrace him.
100%.
Oh, have to.
That'd be a pretty good roster. Because then, how much does Randall have on his contract yet? The problem is he's got so much money in that cap space.
Yeah, that is fact.
You'd have to move some players around.
I mean, you got Brunson already though. Like
but his contract isn't his contract expire at the end of this year?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna have to pay him more as well.
Bring him back to Chicago.
That'd be awesome. Chicago needs to figure something out.
I'd take Brunson over Trae Young. What about you guys?
I think I would because it's a lot easier. Trae Young would be a hard guy to build around. He gets exploited a lot on defense.
Yeah,
I agree. I think Brunson would help a lot.
He's a winner
Definitely.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he plays pretty solid defense too, and he gets good production. And if he's not your main guy, I mean, he played with Luka forever. He knows how to play off the ball
for sure.
And with Trae Young, like
seems like low drama too.
Yeah,
that's very true.
And he can go get you 40 still.
Well, you can tell he's no drama because I felt like he could have made a huge stink with the Mavericks. And basically he's just like, well, whatever, I'll go over to the Knicks. I got family over there anyways. Like, screw you guys if you're not going to pay me.
Yeah.
I was literally willing to meet you at a number lower than what other teams are going to offer me. That's one I couldn't believe. And
they
then,
messed up on that.
Yeah, and then they tried to bring Kyrie Irving in, kind of healed up, and
it's just not the same. Like, because he needs the ball.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know how that will work out. I don't think it was necessarily over yet, obviously, because they didn't get that much time to play together. But
it depends what they do this offseason.
Yeah, I used to love Mark Cuban, and I was just talking to Austin. He does On the Block and Old School, and I don't know how good Mark Cuban is anymore. I think I might have overvalued him too much. He's kind of been making some pretty bad errors, and other than Dirk, he really hasn't landed anything. He's had Luka, who's incredible, and he kind of fumbled that too, trying to build around him. Took Kyrie Irving, and again, my biggest point is always how many bridges do you have to see Kyrie Irving burn before you think it's going to be any different for you? I don't. Maybe it does. Do you guys think it works next season? Like they do figure it out?
I feel like they could somewhat figure it out, but I still don't see that team being great unless they get some a really good center or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone's gonna have to step up if they don't have anyone to build around. it's just I don't know. It's just hard with them too, because like someone's obviously gonna have the ball in their hands,
Mhm.
and it's like if someone doesn't have the ball in their hands, someone's gonna be unhappy, and it's just gonna be a back and forth thing that just keeps repeating itself. So I feel like as Sam said, if they bring in a good center, it would definitely help a lot. I thought they had Christian Wood, didn't they?
He's just not. They do. He's just not. I don't think he's good
Not
enough.
producing.
They cut his minutes back quite a bit, I want to say.
Oh wow.
Because he was.
I mean, they also got fined for tanking, so that could have been part of that.
That is
Yeah.
also true.
I couldn't believe that. I mean, I try not to overreact to it because it's like tanking happens anyways. But I think that's the first time we've seen a team who had a shot for the playoffs. Like they rested him for the first quarter,
just
Luka.
gave up.
Yeah.
I went down to San Antonio to visit my brother who works for the Spurs, and Luka and Kyrie were both sitting that game.
Really?
Yeah, I was not happy.
That bothers me with the players resting so much. I think we got a little too player friendly. But you guys are athletes. You can tell me if I'm wrong. But like, why is there's no way we should be resting this much anymore. Technology's gotten better. Your travel's gotten way better.
More money,
you're getting paid more. You're post game, take care of yourself. Everything's gotten way better. And if you're a really great player, I mean, the average is if you're in the top 25 scorers, you're already taking at least 9 games off. So it's not like you're
Here's
playing
what I
82.
think is kind of what made it happen is LeBron started resting because he's obviously older and he actually needs that.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense for him more than others.
And then these guys see that like, oh, he's resting, I can rest too, and they just I don't know. It's really a mental thing with rest. Like those guys can definitely play day in day out and produce. Like obviously, guys in the past have done that, and I don't think LeBron did it as much when he was in the prime of his career. I don't remember him doing that, but they see him doing that and they think they can now. So I feel like it's just kind of a LeBron effect, even though it's more necessary for him, even if he does a little bit too much. But other players are doing it now, obviously.
Yeah, he definitely paved the way for longevity, like how to take care of your body.
Yeah.
But he's also played like a million games and like he really got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I think you're right with players see the rest, but they also got to realize like he didn't really start doing that till way later. Like he never missed games.
I don't remember him missing games. I could be wrong. But
Hamstring was after that was kind of when it started slowing down for him.
Yeah.
Who was he playing when was it playoffs or no regular season? He pulled his hamstring.
Yeah.
I think this is when they had Lonzo and Brandon Ingram on the roster.
They missed
Yeah.
the playoffs his first year.
Yep.
Yeah, and he was injured for a while.
But yeah, like you said before that, like he pretty much played every game.
Yeah, he did.
Unfortunately, I remember my first NBA game. He wasn't playing. It was I think it was Lakers Timberwolves. We went up to Minneapolis and Rajon Rondo was out. LeBron didn't even fly out to the game. I'll just stay home. There's just a bunch of dudes out. The Lakers were down so bad that they were playing like all their rookies. I think it was the worst loss in Lakers history in 20 years. It was just a horrible game to watch. Karl Anthony Towns and all those guys like didn't even play the fourth quarter. It was just that big of a blowout. So it sucks because that was my first like NBA game, and like that's kind of a problem. Like I don't want to go to a game and everyone that's good just is sitting out, especially when you're saving up money for games. Not everyone's going to be able to go to every one
for sure.
Exactly.
You got to get a hand on that.
It's sad for fans, honestly, because like if a fan like has only one opportunity to go to that game and like that person doesn't play, then imagine how that fan would react.
Yeah,
and like I've heard like a lot of NBA players, like good amount of them speak on it about like them like telling other people to like actually like think about the fan.
Did Giannis do that? Did he say something about that?
I think it was
Giannis had a comment. I think Chris Paul even had a comment.
I think Anthony Edwards maybe too.
Yep, I think he did as well.
I feel like LeBron did a while back. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's been doing load management stuff for the past few years, but I think at one point he was thought about the fans like that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see who all.
There's a lot of divas in today's NBA, though.
I agree.
LeBron James. Last thing he kind of said about it. At the end of the day, it sucks at times where certain guys have to rest, but certain guys need rest. So he kind of doubled down on some guys needing rest, but it's
like him and Kawhi need rest, but I don't.
Younger guys.
Luka does not.
No. And it sucks because I saw the thing. I think it was a regular season game, but they got courtside tickets. I think it was to the Heat. And Jimmy Butler wasn't playing, and the little kid was devastated because the dad got him for tickets. Probably saved up a ton of money to get courtside NBA tickets, and then Jimmy Butler's not even playing. And with the way it works, you don't really know until the day of either.
Yeah, I remember when I was little, when my dad was working with the Timberwolves after his playing career, we went to the It was when the Celtics were really good. It might have been the year they won it. But I was so excited to watch all those guys play. And that was like my most looking forward to game was seeing like Ray Allen, KG, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo play. And they all played. Like that would suck for a little kid to want to go watch LeBron and he just doesn't play.
Yeah. And like you said, if it's LeBron, it's kind of understandable. If it's someone like Luka, it's like, dude, I'm like, most people are older, than him, and he's like taking games out. I think Adam Silver, that's probably going to be a big discussion over there this summer again.
Didn't they like change the rule on that though? Like about the amount of games? I'm pretty sure
MVP might have like you need a certain amount of games now.
Yeah.
I think they're talking about that, making it like 65. I don't know if that was just people talking about it or like actually a thing, but I think that would be good.
It should be,
because that would make young stars that really want to win MVP like they can't sit out too many games.
Yeah, and if some star gets injured, it's like, hey, that just opened up a lot. Giannis is out; he's not going to be able to compete.
Yeah,
because I think that is important. Because when it's the regular season MVP. I'd say being able to play in the regular season should be a factor in terms of you being MVP.
If you play 40 games and have the best numbers, like it's.
Yeah,
I don't know if an MVP has played that little games and won that, but still, if something like that, like if you take 30 games off and win an MVP, it just doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, because your team, 30 games without you, depending on what their record looked like if you're the most valuable player, you got to be there. Otherwise, you're not valuable at all.
And how many did Embiid miss this year? I'm curious.
Embiid, let me look it up real quick while we try to figure this out here. Actually, because I want to look up a couple of things. Let's just go ahead and send it to break. Because I'm also kind of curious what the least amount of games played for an MVP was. So I'm going to look that up too.
It's a good question.
Yeah. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and just throw it to break here. This is the Sam Hoiberg Show on 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. We got Jeff and Sam in here as always. And I'm Harrison pushing the buttons, but we'll be back right after this break.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
March is a month of good luck, from epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Guys, when I first started with Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Barrel's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping.
March is full of high school state basketball action, the NCAA tournament, baseball season starting up, all great things that also cause a lot of stress. Instead of letting your nerves get the best of you and cause uncomfortable tightness, get ahead of all of it with a massage from The Body Shop. The Body Shop in Lincoln is your place for all types of massages: deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Book your appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A. Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $10 off any athletic shoes $105 and under, and get $15 off any shoe over $105. Choose from respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, On, and 361 Running. And don't forget the trendy Hey Dudes. A new shipment just arrived for the season. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the final segment of what is currently the Sam Hoiberg Show, but we might have some name changes in the near future. So if you guys got any suggestions for a new name for the show with Jeff Grace and Sam Hoiberg, start our Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Right now, what was the idea during the break? The walk-in weekly? Walk-on weekly. Yeah. So right now, that's kind of the leading vote. That one's actually pretty good. I don't know if anyone's going to beat that one.
Yeah, let's see if anyone's got anything better though. I like that though.
Yeah, so far that one's pretty good. We're just kind of chopping it up, trying to figure out playoffs, and we did look it up. So the fewest amount of games that players played and won the MVP was Karl Malone, just only 49 games played, and then Embiid this year he's played for 66 games, so he's missed quite a few as well. I just don't know how to fix that because right now it's still based on averages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which they got to fix. That one's just. I feel like that's an easy fix.
I like the 65 game rule. I think 66 is enough. That's 16 games.
So you want to go keep averages, but make a minimum of games played?
Minimum of games played, yep. I think they're already in talks of that.
They should be. It'd make the voting a lot less confusing.
And what do you guys think about the in-season tournament?
I think that's such a bad idea.
Really?
I like the mid-season tournament there. I don't see how that's going to work very well. Would you be excited? For a bit, what do you win?
I know there's money incentives, which some guys are going to play hard for that no matter what. I think it'd be interesting, spice it up a little bit because I have a hard time watching the NBA regular season, especially when college basketball's on.
Yeah, it gets tougher for sure.
So I think it'd be interesting to see, especially the first year they have it.
It would definitely be something different, and I feel like just because it's different, the fans would probably be more intrigued about it. And probably look into it more, especially during that time. So I mean, it definitely could work, but it would definitely be weird to just see it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Once you get used to it, I'm sure it won't be too bad.
Well, I wonder how much money they're gonna get. It's gonna have to be a hefty sum because I mean, if you're gonna want your best players to compete, which is what you're hoping for, you want LeBron, Kawhi, KD going at it mid-season. I mean, they're already making millions of dollars. How much are you gonna have to pay them?
There'll be a bigger difference for the
younger guys.
Don't make as much.
So that's kind of when I wonder how interesting is it going to be? Is it going to be watching a bunch of the younger guys participate? Are they going to sit some of the stars that they don't really want to push for that?
See, I don't know because then then it seems like the younger players are like dude, why aren't you playing? I want to win this. Help me out.
Yeah, let me make some money here.
Yeah, but they're going to want their star players to be playing so they can win.
I don't know if I just don't think it's worth, like, with how many players are already complaining about the games being played. I feel like you're just going to make it even harder to push other agendas down the road. Like, if you want to fix players sitting out, this is going to be a tough one to slide in there. Like, hey, you guys can't sit out as much, and we're going to have a midseason tournament.
It'll be really interesting to see, like, how it does its first year.
Yeah.
But I'm for it. Like, I think it should make it a little bit more interesting just because I don't really watch the NBA in general. But I think if that was on, I would definitely watch it.
I could be wrong because I was a little skeptical about the play-in at first, but now I kind of love it.
I like the plan.
Yeah, because it makes sense. You do see some teams kind of come in hot, and they might be able to shake things up. I think it's honestly kind of good for the Lakers to get that win. I feel like now they're really rolling.
That's true.
I don't know.
And it gives a team that makes, like, say the Mavericks, like, were not doing well before All-Star break.
Yeah.
Make a few big trades for the trade deadline, start playing really well and get the 10th seed. Like, that gives them a chance, which I like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And then I guess the midseason tournament too, it gives you a pretty good read on who are legit threats. You know, if you can get the guys to play hard. That's just my biggest concern. Like, you put all this money into it, and then, like, the guys don't really. It kind of just looks like your all-star games. Like, that would be a nightmare.
That would be bad. Yeah.
And then you'd have to scrap it. And
like it can't get too much worse than like a normal regular season game. I feel like
that's a good
it's
point.
Already pretty low in energy. Not everywhere, but like a lot of places, it's like.
Yeah. I don't know. That's one I'd have to see. It'd have to be like a 1 year. If I was Adam Silver, I'd be like, we're gonna just 1 year deal, guys. And if it doesn't work, we'll move on. But let's just try this. You guys will get some money. I don't know how much money you'd have to give them, but probably quite a bit to get your best players.
Which they have.
Mm-hmm. And then is it just, your Final Four in the playoffs? Is it just your winners? Because then I don't know how many teams are going to push really hard if they don't think they have a shot. And then they're like, somewhere in the 7th seed, they're like, it's kind of coast and not push that hard because the odds of us winning the money aren't even that great. I'd have to see it. I don't know. Real quick, though, before we go, I didn't ask you guys. Have you guys noticed Russell Westbrook just keeps calling fans out in the games?
I haven't actually.
Did you see the Suns one where he went up into the suite?
Yeah.
He went up to a suite?
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Well, wasn't it like during the halftime where like
yeah,
it's like a way where like they can like walk down through their tunnel or whatever, and like the suite I guess is like right there.
Is it kind of like? Do you remember? Did you ever come?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So like
the
he was like walking. Yeah, he was like walking by, and then like a fan was right there. I didn't really catch like the full conversation.
He probably called him Westbrook.
Yeah, that's what
dude. He throws a lot of people. I know that sounds funny, but a lot of the people he throws out, like that's what they're saying.
That's what I was thinking. But then like some like heated argument happened, and where like Westbrook like came back to like the guy and like the security was like trying to like move him away, and then like it just got like very heated or whatever, and it just I guess like blew up on social media after that.
Yeah,
that's where I saw it. So.
That's what I was wondering because I hope what you said is right, that it was just kind of right off to the side, because I was just trying to think and I was like, I hope that tunnel, I hope you don't like have to walk all the way, because that's kind of ridiculous in my mind.
That'd be way too much. That'd be doing too much at the end of the day.
One more thing I wanted to ask you guys about, because I'm really excited about this because I'm a Spurs fan. What are you guys thinking about the Wembanyama race?
They have some really good young talent, so I feel
just the lottery in general.
I think if you get Victor, you're feeling pretty damn good.
Yeah, I would be so excited for the Spurs if they got the first pick.
The Bulls actually got a shot in the lottery I saw.
Really?
Somehow, yeah. It's like a 1.8% chance, but they can slide in there.
Spurs are bottom 3, so.
Yeah, Spurs got a good shot.
They got a great shot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's going to be a guy that you're even less worried about. Like, he's kind of, to me, the same kind of build as Chet. But with Chet, I was a little more worried because he doesn't seem as polished. Especially physically, but Victor physically seems stronger already.
Yeah.
But like, even though he's like real skinny and lanky, seems way stronger than Chet ever was already.
And even if an injury does happen, like to Chet, I don't think it was necessarily that bad for him as long as he can heal it correctly. Because you look at Embiid, he was skinny in college. My dad's team's out of state played against Embiid, and he was not he was just a shot blocker.
Really?
We were way more worried about Andrew Wiggins, like way more.
I get to that.
And he just developed into a monster, obviously. So that I think that could help guys like that, even if they do get hurt. But yeah, Wembanyama was special.
Think he's going to the Spurs?
I hope so.
Hope so.
With that roster, that'd be crazy.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what happened next year because the Spurs, have like an amazing roster right now.
But they have some nice young talent
do.
with Jones and
How they doing on picks? You got quite a few picks on the line.
I'm not sure how many, but they
got a few. I don't know how good the haul is though. I have to check it out. With that being said, though, we got to get out of here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This was the Sam Hoiberg Show. Title may change in the near future, but nonetheless, appreciate you guys listening and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.